Hi folks, if you're a follower of my channel you'll have seen these two knives. This is the one that actually is on my sort of avatar, if you like, which is a mother of pearl Barlow by Taylor's Eyewitness, made by a guy called Lee White. And this is also a Barlow by Lee White of Taylor's Eyewitness. They're both lovely knives. They've got lovely file working on the back. They're similar, very similar to each other. The real difference between them is this one is ram's horn covers, and this one is mother of pearl over black. I don't know if that's fibre or G10, but over a black liner over the brass liners. They're both beautifully made knives. I mean, this is, if I, people do this, if I only could keep one knife in my collection, which one would it be? It would be this one. Not because it's the most practical, but because it has the most meaning to me, and it is just beautifully stunning. So, I've got two Barlows from Taylor's Eyewitness, so what would be the next knife I would want to buy? Well, obviously, another one. Now, this one again is made by Lee White, and it's made just as well as the other ones, but this one is in buffalo horn, and unlike many buffalo horn, I mean, I have a couple of this is a buffalo horn knife by Arthur Wright. Buffalo horn is nice enough material, but sometimes it can be not have much figuring in it. This one has beautiful figuring in it. I mean, really lovely. You can see almost through it in the clear parts, and obviously then you've got the denser parts of the black. It's just a lovely knife, and I saw it and I thought I'm going to have that one. Again, it has the lovely file work on the rear going right up into the blade. So instead of just having one of these lovely knives, I now have three of them. I don't know if I have much more really to say about these other than try bringing them more into. I'm not sure about this lighting, I'm afraid. You either see the blades or you see the handles. It's very difficult to get so you can see both. But anyway, so yes, so this gets added to my collection. What I do find interesting about this one is the action is slightly lighter. I mean, if these are this is probably a 9.5, this is probably a 9, this is probably an 8. So it's still a, heavy pull on it. A man's pull, as somebody said recently, but with the Apostle P. But it's very slightly narrower. Not so much as, I'm not even sure you'd be able to measure it, but just when you look at the distance between the stamp and the edge of the bolster, there's just a little bit, between the stamp there and the edge of the bolster, there's just a little bit more breathing room on these two than there is on this one, but it's the same stamp. Although this one's quite nice and clearly stamped, actually, which is attractive. They're made by the same person, but they are made by hand. So, when he puts that on the grinding wheel to shape that handle, he's obviously just made it just a fraction of a millimetre smaller. But it's noticeable in hand. You can feel it. Anyway, so there we are. That's now 3. I don't think there's a huge amount more to say about it. It's Taylor's Eyewitness. They're stainless steel. They're made by Taylor's Eyewitness, who've recently just moved their factory. So I don't know whether you can still say that they've made their knives in their factory for whatever it is, 150 years or whatever. It's coming up to that. but they do have continuous manufacture. The guy that made these, I say Lee White, was trained by the guy that made these, Michael May, according to Michael May. So anyway, so that's just in addition to my little Taylor's Eyewitness collection. So thank you. That's short and sweet. If you have any questions about them or anything you'd like to know about them, please feel free to ask below. While you're on, maybe you could like, and possibly, if you've not already done so, subscribe. Thank you very much. Bye.